It's not news that Nigeria is currently in a diplomatic showdown with the most powerful nation on earth, and it's playing out right on our phone screens. Of course, I'm talking about the direct threat made by the sitting US President Donald Trump to intervene in our country. And if you guys are not tense, it puts me in a tense situation. I will not even lie. From the threat of the government itself to the different conspiracy theories that went around social media, and the government's response, it's been the most dramatic and rewatch lesson that we could ever ask for in foreign policy. Hi, my name is Olufolake and welcome to day 21 of 30 Days of Policy, a series where I help you make sense of policy. Today, I'm going to be using the biggest airline in Nigeria right now to try to understand how countries talk to each other, especially when the talk gets tough. Let's get cracking. What I'm talking about here is foreign policy, which is a country's game plan for dealing with the rest of the world. And its number one job is to protect its own national interest. And right now, Nigeria's core national interest, which is our sovereignty, is being publicly challenged in the most ridiculous way ever. So let's look at the facts of what has happened in the last few days. Of course, President Trump has, threatened us. He ordered Pentagon to prepare for possible action, and he also threatened to cut all US aid to Nigeria over the issue of killing of Christians. What Trump did is a direct use of two powerful foreign policy tools. One is military statecraft, which is the threat of force, and the other is economic statecraft, which is the threat of cutting aid. The other fact of this is that Nigeria gave a crippled response. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a strong statement rejecting the allegations. And guys, this is what we call diplomacy. But I think where the huge gap is that Nigeria currently, right now, does not have ambassadors to key foreign capitals of the world, including Washington, D.C. And ambassadors are like a country's chief diplomats. They are the first responders on the ground. They're supposed to manage relationships. They're supposed to explain our country side of the story and are supposed to prevent crises before they happen. So right now, all the foreign policies that we are creating in Nigeria, they're just reactive instead of them being proactive. And to be very honest, it feels like we're fighting this diplomatic war with no generals on the field. And the hard truth to discuss here is that threat does not happen in a vacuum. I think this vacuum is created by two things: the international perception of our long-running internal policy failures on security, and second, our failure to even run a fully functional diplomatic machine to manage that perception. And when Nigeria cannot solve its own problems effectively and it fails to engage with the world properly, it makes itself vulnerable to exactly this kind of foreign pressure. I think the real uncomfortable conversation is not about the threat that Trump made, it's about our own readiness. And the debate should be, how do we fix our internal problems and build a serious, fully staffed foreign policy machine so no one feels they can talk to us this way?